Well, I needed to make a video, James, to show you what happened to some of your little parts and pieces you gave me. There was the little, the little penis cactus. It was a little tiny piece that it was probably 5 years ago. And then a bunch of tips and, some mixes. And I've really scaled down the whole garden to, a few nice varieties. And I remember some of those, I think they were Scott Bridge. Let's see, Melty Bridge. I think it was the Melty Bridge that made a bunch of these weirdos. And there was a little one that had broken off of there that it'll grow up into a real nice crest. That one had a little bit of thrip damage on it, and it's got some pretty nice stuff on there. This is one that had broken off, but it's a real nice little multi-trunk. This guy, he's really cool though, and he's big, and he's flat. You can see that. And growing up, but well, a couple of the other really cool crests that happened was this guy. Is that like the palm of your hand or what? It'll be a little multi-trunk. And then this one, that was another piece that had broken off of one of the others, and it's a real nice big, and it's got some of these different kinds of lobes, I guess I'd have to call them lobes on there, some that are going up into this multi-point reversion kind of a thing, and a lot of those brainy, little flat brainy pieces on there. That's nice. But what I really wanted to get at was, James, you gave me a little tip off of your AWCO 1988, a little tiny tip, and that would have been that guy right there. It's pretty fat now, but it was a tiny tip you gave me, and I grafted it onto there. And I grew it up into a piece, about 6-7 inches long, which I cut the tip off of, and now has turned into this guy, that little tip that I cut off that thing a long time ago. That one there's about 15 inches tall. And so I took that tip and cut it up into little quarter slabs or half slabs like that, and grafted them onto these other pieces to get to make some more pups off, which they did. They made all of these, that row there, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 of those real nice size tips that had grown off of those quarter grafts that I made. Now those quarter grafts are still all over all of these plants, so I cut those little tips off and got them going. But now there's always, that one grew a pup, I cut it off, planted it, and it grew another pup, I cut it off and planted it, and now it's probably been, could it be 4 or 5 years since you gave me those, since you gave me that piece? Because now there's, I've got all these little quarter slabs all over the place here, and they're all still pupping up again, and some of them getting some pretty nice size pieces that are going to be ready to cut off and root. And then there's this whole other, these flats of tips, and these other little tips over here that have grown up to, nice size, and they're rooting nicely, getting ready to go into some bigger pots here after a while. So aside from it was like 36 of these little ones and 10 of those big ones, plus the new pups that are coming that are like 1 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 18 19 20 21 22 3 4 5 6 7 8 I don't know, 30 of those things that are popping new pups that'll get rooted this year, plus the other 50, 36 or 40 or 50 or something. So anyway, it was you had told me, you said, well, you ought to grow some of that AWCO 1988 because maybe, someday you know, you get these nice crests and kind of special plants, and you know, I guess we always have a dream that we're going to get back someday, somehow, what we put into all this thing. And so, you know, we want to grow the ones that are, you know, like that. So anyway, I knew how much you liked AWCO1988, and I really appreciated you giving me that little tiny piece of genetic material. I've sure had a lot of fun seeing what you can do, what a man can do with that. And we're yet to find out. We're yet to find out.